doing an analysis on Rodrigo Mora. I'm going to be building my portfolio up by using YouTube videos and Twitter videos, so you'll see it all over the different platforms. I'm trying to gain some physical experience and some evidence of what I'm learning, so I'm going to use it as almost to monitor my journey, and yeah, we'll see where it takes us. So the first player we're going to use is Rodrigo Mora. My good friend Miguel, big Porto fan, enlightened me on him, and he's almost been a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel for Porto this season. They've had a bit of a tough year, new manager in transition, but he's told me this kid is a serious talent and you've got to keep an eye on him. So I've done some research, watched a few games, I've made some clippings up. We've got 3 games, 2 against Boavista and 1 against Estoril. He's scored in all 3 games, all 3 brilliant goals, lots of runs on the ball, runs off the ball, and we're going to break them down clip by clip. We're going to have a look and we're going to see what our thoughts are. So it's worth mentioning the sort of system he's playing in first. So he's playing in Martin Anselmi's system. He's the Porto manager. He plays as a winger on the left, plays on the right as well. But he's also played in a narrow, deeper position behind Samu, the striker. And they play in a 3-4-3, bit of a change shape for a 3-4-2-1, but we'll get into that later on. They look to keep the ball and control games. It's very structured. They're very disciplined. They press as a unit, and he's quite a key figure in their quick transitions, which is their main way of getting out and creating play. And he's got a really great ability to move the ball out of tight areas at good pace, and he carries the ball really well, and he helps team to get out. He's very dynamic. He's quite a fast-flowing style of football. More on him. He is the 23-24 UEFA Youth League top goal scorer, and he was the 2024 Under-17s Euros top scorer. So he's really great in front of goal. He's a good creator. More on his attributes now. Technically brilliant. He's got a great desire to win the ball, and he's really, really great at advancing play. He's a creator, he's a playmaker. He uses his slightly stranger body type. His size works in his favour. He's only 5'5". He's an odd one out in quite a physical, big, athletic world of sport nowadays, where we're told that we all must be really big and really powerful. He's a bit of an oddball. Think Ryan Cherky, think Adal Taarabt. He moves the ball at pace. He's got a really good passing range, and yeah, I've got nothing more to say. Let's just break it down. We've got a few different clips, a few screenshots. We're gonna look at them. So this is the game against Boavista. He ended up scoring a really, really great goal right here in this clip. Ended up winning goal of the season. One of the main things that I noticed when watching this was that he picks up the ball in a really deep position compared to the rest of his forward teammates. This gives him great space to run into, and as you'll see as we go on, he excels in doing this and being in a position with the hole in front of him because he likes moving into the open space freely and he creates. He can control the attack and dictate the tempo and change the scene on his own. So it plays into his favour. He plays with some extra yards in front of him, leaves him space to run and build some momentum as he attacks. So we'll look at the second clip now, slightly different angle for you. His prime attributes he uses a lot, bit like Messi. 1v1 is a fake shot, a shoulder drop, and a feint. Those are the main 3 things that I notice that he uses. He uses his body a lot and his low centre of gravity. Driving towards goal, he uses these because it completely lets him dictate the tempo and change the scene for his teammates. This is important because these small feints and movements just off the body can move opposition players, confuse them, cause them to have to change body shape, and this can create space for his teammates and make them available in a great position. You can see he's on the edge of the box. He does go on to shoot here and go on to score, but let's say he didn't shoot and he's looking for options, constant feints, changing shape, shoulder drops. He can create room for his teammates. So if we move onto slide 3, we can see he's cut back across. Now, the problem the defenders have got here, he's got too close. The defenders are getting that right close to him. He can't track his movement anymore. He's in complete control of the whole situation. He shifts back onto his strong right foot, and the effort on goal, I can't show it for copyright reasons. It's a ridiculous finish. It was the goal of the season for a reason. He curls it onto his right from the edge of the box into the top right corner, just lifts it over the defence and over the keeper, and well, yeah, I've never seen anything like it for a kid this age, maybe apart from Yamal. Right, here we go. So we've got another game here. He's not in possession, as you can see here, but a small part of his game I did notice a few times when watching is he runs in between lines. He finds a lot of space to move into, like this one here. There's another example that's coming up after this that will show it really clearly. That when they're breaking with the ball, he likes to operate in between these lines. and the space in front of him is exposed. There's a big hole, like I said before. He keeps yards in front of him. He's ready for the cutback. I think he ended up shooting here, so it never came to fruition. But Samu making that run towards the front post and pulling his man with him. Look at the hole behind that leaves him up to the penalty spot. Mora's got a clean effort on goal for a cutback. Ready. So he does read the game really well. You can see here in 5 and 6, right in the middle of the screen there. I will be working soon on getting some arrows and some pointers on there. We're not at that point yet, but you can see here and there, right in the middle of the screen, in the between the two different lines of the defence and the midfield. He's operating in those holes. He wants to get in possession. You can see it again here really clearly. He's got a massive hole between the defence and he's just in front of the midfield. He's about a stride in front, so he's never going to lose possession if he's given the ball there. He's got a wide open strike to goal, 10-yard gap for the defenders to close. If they get too close, he's going to do the body feints. If they don't get close enough, his ball striking, which is excellent for his age, that's one thing I haven't mentioned yet. His actual just technique and striking of the ball is brilliant. So you don't want to give him space in the edge of the box. You don't want to get too close. He's just too dangerous. Okay, here we go. So this is what I was saying about his off-ball runs. When he's used as a wide man, this is a little bit different to what we've looked at already. He's a decoy. He pulls the fences apart and he creates space for his teammates. So Samu here can exploit these areas. He's on the right, Mora's on the left. So Mora's run is away from play. This is really crucial because he's trying to pull the right back with him. And by pulling the right back with him, his teammate centre back then has to make a decision. Does he come across with the right back and slightly follow Mora's run a little bit and leave Samu on the right? Or does he stay exactly where he is and try and half block Samu but also be conscious of the ball? So he's almost been left in a 2v1 because whatever he does, he's going to be exploit. He stays where he is, the midfield and the ball drives, cut through the middle and he's one-on-one with the keeper. If he comes across, he gives the ball to Samu, one of the most clinical strikers in the country at the minute, and he'll quite easily steam past the centre back and just place it in the net. So he's almost off the play, but he's put the defender in a 2v1 situation. They did end up scoring this, as you can imagine. And I think it's just really important to highlight that his ability to read the game is brilliant. And his off ball runs are almost beyond his years. He's really, really good. He's really intelligent. And yeah, he's well beyond his years. He's a very clever footballer. So we can see here, this is the big one. This game was the game where he scored the goal that put him on the map. This is the goal that everyone saw on Twitter and YouTube when it happened. I'll let the goal speak for itself in a minute. But before then, we'll see he has the ball here, a bit similar to last time, but he is actually involved in play. He makes a really good wide run, and he didn't score. He cut back across. I'd argue, he probably did a little bit too much, but that's okay. He's a young player. We don't want to drill him out of enjoying the game and making a robot. He's allowed to make mistakes. This is quite common. And he receives the ball, wide run. He pulls the centre back with him. He cuts back across for a shot, and his teammate's shot does go just wide, but the play did actually work. He's pulled two men with him. He's cut back across. The man with the ball right now has had the ball played back to him. He's whipped it into the bottom left, and it hasn't gone in, but he's made a really good play there, all from running off the ball. Here we go. Here's the big one. He's had the ball played in from the halfway line, and this is him being deployed as a wide runner. And this is in the 3-4-3. This is typical of Anselmi, as we said before. So the problem here for the defender is the ball's come across the halfway line, and Mora has found himself one-on-one with the left back. If he beats the left back, he's in front of goal. So he is in complete control of the situation. You can see here, second angle, the defender once again, like the time before against Boavista in the reverse fixture, he's let him get too close. By getting too close, he's going to start abusing the body feints. His low centre of gravity is going to twist and turn quite easily, and he's in complete control. He can change the tempo, he can change the scene. There is absolutely no chance that Mora is going to be robbed off the ball in this scenario because the defender is way too close. He's on his blind side. You can see by his body position he's turned in the other direction. He's in serious danger, and as we'll see again, he's cut back across. He's bought himself a yard of space with a shoulder drop. Everyone's gone past him. He's just inside the box. Keeper's way off his line. He's got a clear effort on goal, and again, for copyright reasons, I cannot show. But obviously, this went in the top left corner. This was the goal that put him on the map, running from the halfway line, cutting in. I have seen a footballer a little bit like this once before. He's called Messi, and the way this lad plays is, I really do see some striking similarities. short, different style of body, great with his feet, intelligent. He's so young. There is so much potential here for a great player. Now, on to the next game. This was Estoril. This is the final game we're going to look at. And this was away from home. They won 2-1, and he did score the winning goal. And it's in this play right here. So the one thing that I've mainly noticed here is picked up the ball again in a wide area, found himself one-on-one. He's got the ball at feet, bit of distance. He can control the pace and the tempo, like I've said a million times before. But he also has a man with him, which quite rarely, this hasn't really happened in any of the clips that we've looked at so far. But his man coming in with him, the overlap is a plausible move. He cuts back in, back heels for the overlap. Slightly different, but he's using his technical skills. The back heel drops off for the overlap. He runs towards the byline, and Mora's run, he curves around the back of the defenders here. You can see right there, he is on the defender's blind side. And this is really important because Mora's run, he's just almost snuck round him, and he's in the hole again that I was speaking about earlier. Lots of space in front of him to move into. And being in that blind side is really dangerous because the defender's body is positioned just completely wrong. He's chasing the ball. He's facing the player in front of him. He hasn't realised that Mora's running behind him. And opposition players, the problem they've got with Mora dealing with him in Portugal is, as you'd expect of a creative, dynamic player, you expect these sorts of runs and hidden pockets of areas to be in. The only way to deal with him is to get close and get across him really quickly. And by doing that, players rush in across him, and he just cuts back onto his weak foot. He receives the ball. Again, you'd argue he probably overplayed a little bit compared to what he could have done. If he let it run across his body on his right, he probably had time for a shot. But the defenders trying to get close to him, a bit like what happens to Lamine Yamal in Barcelona. They get right across, they try to stop and create him, they're a bit rash and frantic. Everyone rushes in for more to try and get across. He just cuts back, he's in control. The tempo's all his. He cuts across, and again, he's in front of goal. And again, there's nothing the keeper can do about it from just in front 12 yards. He's too dangerous again, ball striking, picks out a really good area in the roof of the net. And I think this move and this goal, the reason I've picked this one over some of his probably better finishes, is it portrays him as overplaying the ball a little bit, which is important to highlight. But he's also creative enough and trusts his technical ability to use his weak foot in this scenario and force himself onto it. So there's probably an easier effort on his stronger foot by letting it run across his body. But he's under serious pressure. You can see there's one, two, three, probably three men there that are involved in being able to block the ball. And he doesn't let that almost scare him off. He still wants to use his weak foot. He's confident. He's creative. And it also shows his ability to be intelligent off the ball, and that run that created the goal is just well beyond his years, and he's been absolutely excellent. And these are serious signs and traits of a really, really great playmaker. And the way he's playing at the minute, I'd have no doubt that he is going to play in a top league in the future. We're waiting on a move, but I don't think rushing would be the best scenario. Keep playing his football. He's so young. He's got to keep playing, keep being creative. Bit like Cherky was at Lyon. Obviously, we're now at the point, as of recording this, Lyon are in some financial trouble, and he's going to be moving most likely to the Premier League, and he is going to quite easily walk the league. He'll have a great time, and I doubt Mora will do any different when he comes to doing that. He is a great star, and he's doing really well at his age, and we're showing serious signs of a great talent. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to call it there. I'm kind of waffling a little bit at the end. I think that went okay. It's the first time I've really sat in front of a camera and recorded, so I think it went okay. I'm going to do another one in the next couple of days. I'll get it out. They take quite a long time to chop up the clips, so I'll be doing that in the next couple of days. This will probably be a consistent thing if it gets decent enough reception, so I'm going to call it there. Thanks all.